So continuation of the topic, and next one is in the primary prevention only, the childhood disorders. So childhood disorders nothing else but, so mostly identify the baby is taking a proper nutrition after the 6 month or before the 6 month, like giving a breastfeeding is very very important for the baby. And if the baby is having any type of metabolic disorders, so first according to the doctor's prescription, the dietary restriction is very very important. Okay, and you have to take care of the child, and if the child is having of any lead poisoning or ingestion of chemicals or oxidant accidents, so these kind of a hazardous child environment you have to take care. Okay, and next one is a secondary prevention. So in the secondary prevention means you have to, early recognition is very very important of mental retardation. So early recognition and how you can identify means, so by identifying the developmental milestones of the baby, you can easily identify the presence of mental retardation. And psychiatric treatment. So psychiatric treatment means already explained you, ADHD, attention deficit hyperactive disorder. So how we are going to identify that, if the childhood itself the baby is having these kind of one example, and you can easily identify and taken to the psychiatric hospital and taking a treatment in the ward itself. Okay, and next one is a tertiary prevention. So tertiary prevention nothing else but, yes, already are taking a treatment, the process of rehabilitation. Okay, after having a treatment and continuation of the treatment is a rehabilitation process, is called as a tertiary prevention. So that is vocational, physical and social areas of the levels of challenge they are going to taken. Okay, so already in the types we have discussed, physically challenged, socially challenged and the mentally challenged. So these kind of the disorders they are going to rehabilitate the person. So rehabilitated means, for example, any fractured person is there, so how they are going to rehabilitate by the person, like jogging and proper diet they are going to go in the same manner. And in these process also they are going to make a rehabilitate, and from the abnormal function to the normal function of the baby or person. And next one is a care and rehabilitation of the MR means mental retardation. So how you have to give means the prevention and early detection of mentally handicapped. So how you have to identify, first you have to identify the mental person and how, whether he is a mentally handicapped, physically handicapped or socially handicapped, so that you have to detect. Okay, and next one is and you have to regular assessment of mental retardation person attainments and disabilities you can identify. So what they are going to do in the rehabilitation process, what you are going to do, so daily assessment is very very important, and advice, support and practical measurements of the family is very very important. The family support is needed, and always they have to be behind the person and to enhance their support. Okay, and making and giving some of the educational training and occupational training and work training, and according to the capability of the handicapped person, and housing and social support to enable the self care. Okay, so what you have to do, and you have to give some small works to the person. So like for example, like washing the clothes and doing a bathing and brushing himself, so that kind of an process they are going to identify. And next one is a medical, nursing and psychiatric and psychological services also you have to provide. If the person is having of any medical problems, or the nursing care in need, or psychiatric or psychological services need, so like outpatient and daycare patient or inpatient, they can take a treatment in the hospital itself. Okay, and what are the nursing management they are going to take, so already I discussed, and what is the history collection they have to take, and what are the physical examination they have to perform. And coming to the nursing diagnosis, delayed growth and developmental related to abnormality in cognitive functioning, so that is a nursing diagnosis. And growth and development goes according to the stages. So what is your goal, and you have to make the person to, so goes according to the stages. So stages means according to the developmental stage. In first year what milestones, and second year milestones, and third year milestones, so that you have to your goal. So what is the intervention you have to plan, and assess the factors causing developmental disorder of the child first. Okay, and then and identification and use of educational resources, nothing else but, so the child has to give the educational training, and after that provide stimulation activities you have to give for the baby, like for example participation in the activities. And next one is a monitor the height, weight and head circumference of the baby, and nutritional well-being of the baby you have to check over. So that management you are going to take off for the delayed growth and development. And next one is impaired verbal communication. So in symptoms we had also discussed the impaired verbal communication. So in that, what you are going to intervention, so improve communication of verbal skill is your thing. So what you have to give, so you have to give some words and you have to make the person to repeat that words. So daily using words will be the right, so that you have to dictate to the person and make him to repeatedly so use that word in the communication. Okay, so and the reading of newspapers, televisions, radios, calendars and clocks, so that you have to motivate the patient to take out. And next one is a risk of injury. So risk of injury means, and already I explained you in the secondary process, that you have to safe and comfortable position and environment and you have to give for the patient and avoid of lead poisoning accidents. So these kind of process you have to give. And always the person don't have a so psychomotor skills, so you have to ambulate with assistance. Ambulate means you have to so catch the patient wherever he was going and so doing certain activities. Okay, so that is regarding of and mentally challenged. Okay, so a summary to the topic, and we have discussed regarding of the what is a mental retardation. Introduction we have dealt, and what are the types of classification of challenged: physical, social and mentally challenged. Okay, and what is a mental retardation? In mental retardation, what is mental retardation definition, and if it is below 70% is comes under the process. Okay, and types of mental retardation, and what are the factors essential for the mental retardation, and signs and symptoms we have dealt, and what are the diagnosing MR we are dealt, and treatment modalities, and also prevention, that is primary prevention and secondary prevention and the tertiary prevention. Okay, and what is the care and rehabilitation you have to take and later, and what is the nursing management, the delayed growth and development, impaired verbal communication and risk for injury. Thank you.